Welcome along to the channel. Little video this one. The Alfa has done so well over the weekend. We really do appreciate everyone appreciating it. Yes, it was a huge amount of work. Yes, it did come out lovely. Yes, we've got a video coming Wednesday, I think. Wednesday lunchtime, we've got a video because Rowan came down to collect it and we thought we'd just film something with him. So that's coming out Wednesday. Check that out. The comments have been fantastic. Some of them have been a little bit, we don't, you say what you like, we don't mind, but some of them are a little bit frustrating with the, that's full of filler. It isn't. And we're not going to keep covering this because we cover it in videos. We've covered it in a video, how much filler, which I'll put a link up here. But I mean, I'm stood next to the Cadillac right now because there's a lot of filler work going into this. But as we keep saying, it's a lot of filler work. It's not a lot of filler. We are talking microns, not millimeters. In many cases, and unfortunately, well, no, fortunately, Bo's cracking through this quite well, quite quickly, but he's covered the possible example. There's a little bit here where you can just see underneath the epoxy here, these score marks. Now, these score marks are where someone has previously taken paint off of here, and that's a really coarse sanding disc or something. You just put score marks into the metal. That will end up with a wipe of filler over it. So this will end up with a big wipe across here, which will suddenly look like there's a load of filler in here. There isn't. There's microns of filler smoothing out this surface to make sure that this is absolutely perfectly flat. So when we see vehicles like this, there's lots of filler work in here. There's not a load of filler, bog, or anything like that. It's so frustrating that filler still has this misunderstanding because it has been used for decades to bodge things through, but its purpose is this. So there's not a lot of filler in them. A couple of people actually have also asked a bit of confusion on the process and can we give a step-by-step on the processes that we use, which I kind of feel like we did that in Alfa Part 1 and 2 and most of our other videos. And we've also done standalone videos on the Novol For Classic Car process. And we had Jared down from Novol beginning of this year who went through the process as well. So again, we're not going to keep answering in video form or answering to the comments because all of the information is on our channel, often in standalone videos. So I might actually create a playlist of those kind of answers. But just quickly, while we're here, in reference to the Alfa Romeo video and the questions that came up on there, we go from bare metal into anti-corrosion epoxy. So the Cadillac right now has been bare metal, is now sitting in anti-corrosion epoxy. So there's one process. Process 2 is the filler work, where we chuck loads of bog into the car. So that's ironing out all the imperfections and deviations within the panel or over panel repairs. Stage 3 is we go into polyester. Now some people say, why are you chucking more filler on top of filler? Well, the polyester is to make sure we've got a uniform coat. So all this will be blocked down and smoothed out and you won't be able to feel the transition here. But on a microscopic level, we're going from an acrylic or fiberglass filler onto a paint surface. So there will be, on a microscopic level, a difference there. So we go into a full uniform coat of polyester, which is essentially filler. That goes on 80 to 100 microns, there or thereabouts, and then we block that smooth. So it's got an entire case on there of smooth polyester spray filler. By the time we've blocked it all down, probably looking around 20 to 30 microns in material there. We can't put colour straight onto that because it will just get absorbed in. So then we go on with our top coat epoxy primer, which is our 4th stage. That is a layer that the decorative layers can sit onto. So we've got the epoxy on the bottom, then we've got our filler processes, then we encase that all again in a epoxy layer to put our colour onto. 5th stage is colour, 6th stage is the CSR clear coat lacquer. So there are a lot of processes. There is a lot of material that goes in and then it's all sanded and blocked down And at its thickest point on the Alfa Romeo, we had 700 microns from the lacquer to the metal underneath. So 1,000 microns is a millimetre, so at no point have we exceeded 1 millimetre in thickness throughout the entire car, including all repairs, all gapping, all shaping. At no point have we exceeded 1 millimetre. Again, if you look back on TDSs, which we've covered in other videos, manufacturers recommend no more than 3 millimetres of filler thickness. So this is designed to work up to 3 millimetres. We're looking at less than 1 millimetre for the entire process. So, and we've proven this, we've shown you, if you look back on the filler video with the XK150 that we did, we've gone through that and proven the thickness on the finished coat. So a lot of process, a lot of material, a lot of hard work. We end up sanding, as Luke said in the Alfa Romeo video, rather put too much on than too little, but it all gets filed back so it's flat. We take off more than we don't take off more than we put on, but we take off a hell of a lot of the product in the quest for getting it smooth and straight, as you would have seen with the Alfa Romeo. The finished article, we think, and most of you seem to think, looks pretty amazing. So I'm not going to keep making this video, I promise. We do cover this in the videos, and this will be the final time. So check out the videos I've mentioned in this video, and tune in on Wednesday for the reaction from Rowan when he collected his Alfa Romeo.